Hey guys, welcome back to We Watch a Movie. I'm Mike, he's Jay, this is the Cure for Wellness review. Stay, you're safe, the spoilers aren't going to come till the end and we'll give you plenty of warning about this shitty movie that you're about to not go see.
Run for your fucking life!
It's wonderful here.
Holy shit balls! Okay, so...
That's why I always drink bottled water.
Can we maybe encapsulate a plot to give to you guys? I don't know. It's possible.
I got it.
Alright,
I got it. Are you ready?
Get it!
The villain from Spider-Man...
I got it!
and Chronicle shows up to a place because he's supposed to do something, but a mental institute that's batshit crazy, poo-poo, ha-ha, makes him stay, and they do weird shit, and there's a bunch of twists and turns, and we don't know what's real, what's not. Is he really unwell? Is he actually well? Are they the good guys or the bad guys? Is this gonna turn into fucking Pirates of the Caribbean Gold Hunt at the end? I don't know. You'll understand if you saw the movie, but don't. Go see the movie. It's long, it's gonna make your fucking head hurt, and it's gonna go down a rabbit hole of shit.
Yeah, guys, the movie is essentially what I like to call a full diaper. You've got too many things going on at once, and you're trying to make it seem so complex and complicated and convoluted and like so mysterious and different, and then you got this big shitty diaper and you don't know what to do with it. Throw it in the trash, because guess what? You have a shitty movie. Gore Verbinski is the master of having gross, weirded out like imagery and cinematography on screen, and that is no doubt, like, he takes the fucking prize pie for this. But as far as mixing that and telling a good story with those images, you've got some work to do. You've got some work to do. I don't know, guys. Like, I literally, after this movie, I didn't want to talk to Mike. I didn't want to talk to you. I didn't want to talk to anybody. I just wanted to go home and have a moment of woosah. I don't know what they were going for, man. Like Acid Trip 5000.
Let's talk about Gore Verbinski first. Let's talk about the way this movie was shot and the way it looked, because for 75% of the film, the 75% that was on the rails, it looked amazing.
It did look good.
The shots were amazing. The only problem I have with it is you could see so hard this movie trying to be The Shining. As far as the film work goes, every single shot, if you watch The Shining, one of the amazing things about it is every single frame, everything's in perfect place, everything's symmetric, and it just looks amazing. And they do that here, and a couple of times with the landscapes and the way it's shot, it really does look fantastic.
Music, yeah.
But it's still not Stanley Kubrick level, and he wanted this to be it just felt like it was trying so hard to do the Stanley Kubrick thing, and even though some of it does look amazing...
What do you make of that?
Clearly he's lost his mind.
Our thoughts exactly.
Just right along with the rest of the movie and the plot, it all just goes downhill, and they feel like they're giving up until finally you get a shot at the end where literally, if you guys have seen the trailers, imagine this. It seems like what it is in the trailers, and then at one point I was comparing the movie and the way it looked and the way everything acted out to Home Alone and Pirates of the Caribbean. I'll get to that in the spoiler part.
Yeah, like the end of it especially, I felt like it was almost like he stroked one out to Tim Burton. Because, I mean, there's like that, you know how Tim Burton shoots his films, and they've got that really weird kind of atmosphere going on, and it just like, makes you feel like icky. But he can't do what Burton does. Burton is able to make at least a good story to go along with his creepy, weird... Old Burton, yeah, not new Burton, but old Burton.
But you got the new Burtons, man.
Fuck new Burton.
Them sick!
There's moments of torture porn in this, man, like hardcore torture porn, to the point where you're like, how did this fucking get a rated R, like just rated R? Because it feels like it kind of crossed into X-rated territory. I mean, look, I felt like Verbinski was trying to, you know, do the Burton Kubrick thing, but then throw in elements of like Hostel and what was it? The Human Centipede, just for like shock factor. There are things that go on in this. There are things we must never talk about, but we will. That you're just like, what the fuck? There's a rape scene in this that there's a rape scene in this that just makes you think twice about your life. I mean, it makes you feel disgusting, and it really is gross.
Yeah.
Tell me about Ohio. Like, it's from that dude, like the really
Jason
gentleman guy.
Isaacs is in this, and let's talk about the acting now. We're going to start with the best stuff and get all the way to the shitty parts, which is the plot.
Okay, so let's take about 30 seconds.
The acting is decent. I'm going to say something about Dane Dehaan. I want to like him. I want to think he's a good actor, and he's not a bad actor. It seems like he doesn't know how he's supposed to act. 1 second, he's on it, and he's like, fuck you guys, fuck this place, I'm out. And then 2 seconds later, he's like, oh, maybe I'll stay.
Well, that's because if you got Gore Verbinski with this particular script and he's telling you what to do, any seasoned actor would be like, what am I? Okay, You want to do this? Okay, I'm gonna. He just looked confused. Dane Dehaan looked like he didn't know exactly how to portray the character and how to flesh the scene out for the audience. Because even him reading the script was like, I don't know what the fuck is going on.
Yeah.
You're trying to make me think I'm insane.
Jason Isaacs, who looks just like Timothy Dalton. I thought for half the movie it was fucking Timothy Dalton. I always do. But like you said, he's the dude from The Patriot. He's like, did he die? He's a really good actor, and he's really good for 90% of this movie. When the twist comes and everything falls off the rails, so does his acting and Dane Dehaan's acting and the direction. Everything goes off the rails. Fucking hard left. Like, it hardcore swiped fucking right.
It did.
I don't know which way to swipe because I'm not on Tinder because I'm married and that would be fucked up.
The entirety of the movie takes place at Count Chocula's castle. They gave Gore Verbinski, you know, case blanche to do whatever he wanted, because he did. I mean, he got away with a lot of things I didn't think was possible to get away with and have this as an R-rated movie.
It was robust. It was very robust, we'll put it that way. And like you said about the torture porn stuff, I actually like those scenes in the movie, because there's scenes in this, there's a couple scenes that the way it's shot, it actually really does remind you of The Tape in The Ring, with the quick imagery and the, oh fuck.
That's why it was good, though.
You remember in The Ring, the fingernail going,
ah, damn.
And I forgot, by the way, I said, God damn! Yeah, that was another good one! Lots of W's in my win column on the goddamn. Oh, fuck. But no, there's a lot of good Gore Verbinski imagery going on. There's a lot of scary shit going on. And basically, there's 3 acts to this. There's 2 acts to this movie. The first act, the long fucking act, I'm trying to get into it. I'm like, well, the way that the movie feels, the atmosphere, I could see this movie about halfway through. I'm like, I could see this movie really, really disturbing someone deep down, like on a cellular level, because just the way it creeps through. And I'm into it, and I'm like, if you guys take this up a couple notches real quick and do something badass, it could really land the movie for me. And then they do for a second with like this twist.
Yeah, every once in a while, yeah.
When shit starts to get real, as they say in Milwaukee.
Milwaukee, meaning the good land.
We're in Delaware. As shit starts to get real, there's a couple scenes, teeth, oh fuck, the teeth. There's a couple stuff that Gore Verbinski does that really makes you uncomfortable and squeegee.
And that's
squeegee.
You know what? Look, Gore Verbinski makes me feel like this. Gore Verbinski is like, he's very dangerous over short distances, but in the long run, he's wasted. He's like, look, give Gore Verbinski about an hour and 45 minutes to fuck your mind up, and that's great. And I bet, you know, with that, he could tell you a great story with cool imagery that you're gonna walk out of the theater talking about. Now, granted, we are talking about the specific scenes that he did, but it's like they went on way too long. They expounded on things that you didn't need to have expounded on. And this feels like Samara's wet dream. Like, it's non-stop. It's a 2 hour and 25 minute.
There's moments here where I was like, is M. Night Shyamalan doing it again?
I know.
Is this a Ring sequel? Because there's stuff about a well and there's lots of water. I was like, this has something to do with Samara.
I felt like Gore Verbinski was Sam Neill from Event Horizon. Just says to the audience, he's like, do you see? Like, he just wanted you to understand, like, the art that he's presenting. And look, I mean, I'm not taking anything away from his cinematography greatness, because he does do amazing work with the camera in this, and the imagery is good in certain aspects, and if it had been shortened down and tightened up. But when they let him run wild and free like this, you can't let that happen. You gotta put the tiger back in the cage.
There's a couple times, though, when the tiger got out of the cage.
That's what I'm saying.
And I was like, that's fun. I liked it.
Too much.
We went fucking level, and I was like, I was with it. I was like, fuck me up, man. Fuck me up. I was ready. But then it didn't tie into anything. Where at that point, it could have trajected up and been an amazing horror movie, or it could have trajected down, and it fucking nosedived, man.
Immediately.
When they went into the twist of this movie, you guys, which we'll get into in the spoiler parts, it is some hokey, corny ass shit.
And I'm giving it a 3.0.
I
dropped it. I was gonna give it a 4.0, but now talking about it makes me sick. It's a 3.0.
It's the best looking 3.5 I will ever give a movie in my entire life. And to me, it felt like, dude, he was on a path at some point to make this crazy masterpiece, and this was going to be his magnum opus, and this was going to be fucking ridiculous, and it was going to change the game. And eventually, it overcame him. It got to be too much for him. And then it didn't even make any fucking sense, and the characters were off. Everyone's reactions to everything that happened is so off. Characters would change their minds about something every 5 seconds. Seems like halfway through, he was like, you know what? If somehow I can tape this together enough to make it fucking presentable, I'm happy, and I will back the fuck out, you know, at the end of the day. So let's go into spoiler territory now. For those of you who haven't seen the movie, I do not recommend sitting through this. It's nothing but good imagery. You can get it, rent it on Blu-ray.
Get it on Netflix.
Just so you can see it, just so you get the quality of the shots and stuff, I'd say. But other than that, that's it. So going into spoilers now. So basically, let's just go to the end spoilers so we don't have to go through every little fucking thing.
I don't want to talk about this movie much longer.
But at the end of the movie, it turns out, for those of you who've seen it, that that Jason Isaacs' character is the dude,
the Baron.
Yeah, who was burned alive 200 years ago, and he's been keeping himself alive this whole time by filtering this fucking eel water through human beings' bodies, willing human beings' bodies, because it's also a cult movie on top of everything else, into this perfect cure to keep yourself alive.
Well, okay. Really quick.
And
he wasn't burned alive. Nah, his sister was. No, so he wouldn't fuck his sister. You fucked your sister, bro. The Baron had this obsessed idea to keep his bloodline pure, and the only way that he thought he could do this is to have sex and fuck only his sister, and to marry her. And
as you do.
And the church was like, nope, that's disgusting, you incestual little bitch. And he was like, well, fuck you, I'm gonna marry my sister. We're done.
So they burnt his shit down.
He hung the priest. The townsfolk rise up and they burn the castle down. They also take his sister and they hang her and burn her alive. I'm sorry, they don't hang her. They burn her alive and cut the fucking fetus out of her stomach while she's burning or almost getting burnt, and throw it into the river until you get to the girl that you see in the trailer, and you find out that that was the one successful girl, fetus that survived when they threw her into the ocean. He's been keeping her alive for 200 years, and he's gonna fuck her. So he's been grooming her to fuck her.
And basically they've been using smart water, eel water filtered through willing human beings' bodies to create this vitamins that you take that keeps you alive no matter what. But he's still, he's still falling apart slowly, because the ultimate reveal is they go down there and he's got this big dungeon, right? And he's gonna rape his own daughter at this point, because he really.
By the way, that rape scene's fucking grody.
It's too much, man. I don't like that shit.
Grody.
Like, dude smells. He puts his hand in her business, and then he smells his fucking fingers. Like, you didn't need to do that.
But he's like, I've been waiting for years. Like, Christ,
it's like dudes are waiting for 200 years to have sex.
And then he's been wearing like this fake human mask.
Motherfucker's thirsty.
And when he takes
that's ironic.
When he rips his fucking mask off, he looked like the Toxic Avenger. Like, I mean, his shit's all green and he has no nose. Voldemort times 18.
That's where it got fucking laughable. He rips his face off, dude, and he literally, and I swear to God, all my life, I did not know at the time I watched this that Gore Verbinski had also directed the Pirates of the Caribbean movies. But I told Jay after the movie, I was like, dude, that ending was straight up some Pirates of the Caribbean weird shit, because it turns into this fucking adventure movie. He rips his face off and it looks like shit. That really did. For all the good shit Gore Verbinski did, stay the fuck away from CGI, dude, because that deer earlier looked like shit. His face looked like shit, and then because of the makeup or whatever, when he's chasing Dane Dehaan around trying to kill him, he's like, he can't walk right, so he's like,
he keeps on stomping around like he's got constipation. He's like,
and his head is smoking. He's chasing him around this well, and his fucking head is smoking, and he looks like Joe Pesci in Home Alone. And we're openly fucking laughing in the theater, and we're not the only one.
Yeah, there's people laughing with us.
It's fucking atrocious. And then all the people run out of the castle because it's burning or whatever the fuck. And I was waiting for the skeleton from Army of Darkness to run around the corner and go, we're about to get down to here, and run away, and it was so bad. So then, ultimately, the movie tries even harder to wrap itself around. As Dane Dehaan escapes, E.T. style, on his fucking bicycle, the business people that he'd left behind show up, and they're like, get in the goddamn car! And he's like, I'm feeling better than I ever have. And he has this realization that he has been too material about life, and there is more to life and all this shit like that. And he makes this big, goofy, shit-eating, fucking embarrassing smile, and the movie fucking ends.
Yeah, when he rides out the gate with that girl, it's like on his bicycle. It's not just the fact that the way that it's shot, because they pull back and you see the gates with the eels or something, and he's like riding out, and it's all smoky and it's dark, and then you hear the music kind of get like, it starts lifting up. It's Tim Burton. Like, dude, I felt Beetlejuice as fuck when that was going down. And then he smiles, and Dane Dehaan, look, man, I love you as a good actor. You're a good actor. Don't ever smile like that again.
You need to go
like, I don't know. I don't even know if that was supposed to be his smile of like, I'm free, because that looked like straight up, I'm gonna rape your mom later on, and then you're gonna make me fucking biscuits. Like, that was a scary ass smile, and that might have been, that was leading me to believe that he was gonna take over as like the new Baron.
That's my point, dude. The actors in this movie look like they didn't know how they were supposed to act. Like that smile he gave, like I thought the same thing. I was like, Wait a minute, is he about to become the bad guy? Is he just happy because he realized that he doesn't need material things?
You know what? I think at this point, Dane Dehaan has being an actor was just like happy to get the fuck out of the movie.
He probably literally like Forrest Gump continued to ride on the bicycle until he got to his house in Beverly Hills.
He's like, I'll drop you off later to that girl behind him. He's like, yeah. I mean, working on this film with Gore Verbinski as your director. That smile was probably a genuine evil dark smile because he's like, you broke me. This movie was so like long and boring and drawn out in a lot of ways. I was checking my phone to see what the time was and just hoping that someone had texted me so I didn't feel alone in the world. And at that moment you're like, oh shit, nobody texted me.
That's a question of the day. When's the last time you were in a movie and it was so boring you checked your phone hoping that the end time would come soon? Comment down below, let us know. We love your fucking faces, and if you're new to the channel, click that subscribe button and get some goddamn wham up in you.
Take that cure, but don't, because those eels will get up in your butt crack.
We watched a movie. Yeah. We watched a movie. We watched it. We watched a movie.